All right, we're doing the 1 month check-in on our extracts. We have lemon extract, chocolate extract, and vanilla extract. So this one's supposed to go for 4 months, 6 months, and 1 year. So these are fairly new to this. So this is our lemon extract. So against the white, you can see it is very yellow. So we do need to change out these lemon peels. I will be doing that. But it is very yellow. I'll open them all here in a minute and we'll take a sniff. Here is the chocolate against the white background. So obviously at the bottom is all the sediment of the chocolate nibs, but the top is that extract. And last is our vanilla. You can still see through this pretty well, but again, this one's supposed to go for a year and we're only about a month in. So, but you can see all those vanilla beans right there at the bottom floating around. That's gonna be really good. So, let's open them and see what they smell like. Okay, we got the lids off, so here's the lemon. I'm gonna take a sniff. It's a very pungent lemon smell, but you can definitely still smell the vodka. Obviously, you're gonna smell the vodka, that's the only other ingredient, but it is still a very alcohol smell, but it definitely has a lot of lemon smell as well. All right, now let's check the chocolate. About the same, so it's still got a lot of alcohol smell, but it definitely has a good thick chocolate smell as well. All right, and last, and this one needs to take the longest. You can definitely smell that vanilla coming through. It's strong, but obviously not as strong as it needs to be. So these will go back into their box and go downstairs, and we'll wait another month and we'll see what they're like then. Like I said, this one only takes about 4 months, so we'll change its peels and we will set it again for another month. See you back then. Alright, so this piece we're actually going to be making jerky out of, so it is a round. It looks really good, but you can see all these striations right here, so we're going to be cutting right through here. That will make a really tender jerky, so that will be in the next video, so make sure that you stick around and see this next week. So you saw me buy this in the last video. We just cut it up and it's in our bag. So now we are going to season it. You can season it with whatever you want. If you want to do it dry, I would do it while you're cutting it, season it up, mix it up really, really good. Put it in here and zip it, vacuum seal it shut. I'm going to be using this. It is one of our favorites. It is the original. You can use the hot, you can use whatever you want. So we're just going to give this a little shake. Pour some in, and then Make sure that's enough. It does appear that it's going to be enough, so we're going to get rid of this little drip right here. Now, this is not one that you can just go vacuum seal normally because of all of the marinade in there. So, we're going to stick it in like we would. And then there's a little button right here on the side. It's called marinate. So, we're going to push that. We're going to stop right there, and then we're just going to hit seal. Now it's sealed, and just like that, it's all still marinating. All the juices are still down, but there's not much air in it. This is just a little bit. Not worried about that. I just wanted to make sure that all of the meat was going to stay inside the liquid for a few days so that can get marinated really well, and then we will cook it in a few days. So I'll see you back then. Hey y'all, so today we are smoking some meat. So we're going to be smoking that jerky. And I've also got quite a bit of chicken that I need to get done. I'm pulling off the first set of chicken right now, so let's see how it looks. Alright, so we've got drumsticks, we've got thighs, and we've got wings. They're all different flavors, and I have temped them, so they're all about to come off. And then we'll put another set on. Okay, so we've gotten the second batch of chicken out of the smoker. I did some for my grandmother, so we'll look at those, and we've got the jerky on now, so once we go over all this chicken, I will take you out there to see what that looks like. Okay, so this is the last batch. These are for me. All of this is for my grandmother. She is 90 years old and lives alone, so I tend to do some of her cooking, and then I will put it in a freeze vacuum bag. So I vacuum seal them and put them in these little bags, and I label them. So I did some barbecue and some ranch flavored, and I will seal them up for her and then freeze them and take them to her so that she can have them when she wants them. It's already cooked and everything, and she doesn't have to worry about it. Here's some of the first batch of chicken. It's in one of our reusable bags. That's going to go in the fridge for later for dinner or snacks or whatever. So I love using the smoker to be able to do some of our meal prepping. It works out really well. I can get a lot done at one time. So I do the chicken at 250 for about an hour and a half or so. I take my little temperature gauge out there and make sure that they get up to 165 degrees, and then we take them off, let them cool for a bit, and then get them into some bags. So let's go out and look at the smoker, and then I can come in and get all those ones bagged up for my grandma and get them in the freezer so we can take them up to her in the next few days. All right, so for the jerky, we brought it down to 225. They've been in here for about half an hour or so, so they've got about another half hour to go. Over here tends to be really warm, so I bring it over a little bit, but you can still see the edges of that getting pretty done before the rest of it. But it's looking really good. They're drying out and getting cooked. It's pretty loud outside today, so I'm going to do a lot of more filming from in here instead of out there. But those are looking really good. It should be another about half hour or so. They're amazing as soon as they come off, and then you just put them into a airtight container, let them sit in there for a while, cool down, and then they'll go into the fridge. They last quite a while in the fridge, but we definitely eat it up pretty quick because they are really good. But let's get these ones for my grandma all bagged up, and we'll get them up into the freezer. So give us just a minute. Alright, all of grandma's are packaged up by the each, and they're labeled barbecue smoked or ranch smoked. We got a couple more of ours bagged up here. That's still the other ones. And then the jerky is still outside. Right there. But I'm going to go throw these down in the freezer and I'll go check on the jerky. Okay, these are a gorgeous red color, which pretty much means they are done. They have been thoroughly smoked. They've been out here for a little over an hour, so I'm gonna go get a container and we'll put them all away. Okay, we've got them in. It's time for a taste test. So here is one of the pieces. That's fantastic. So you can really taste the marinade that we let it sit in for 3 or 4 days. So we cut this up on Friday. Today is Tuesday. So it had 3 or 4 days to sit in there. Well, 3 days to sit in there and really collect all of that. You can definitely taste it. It tastes amazing. The one that I use tastes a lot like teriyaki. So that's definitely my favorite. We also have a hot and spicy one. Not my favorite, but that one's also really good. You can use Worcestershire, black pepper, whatever you want. But I definitely recommend it. It's super tender. Let me get another piece. So I can show you. Like, that's very little effort. There's no effort of chewing it. It's super tender, perfectly cooked all the way through. You can see all the smoke that made it all the way through. It's perfect. And it's honestly my favorite snack. And I think it's better than any jerky that you can buy. And you know what's in it. So the brand that I use, they have a lot of organic ingredients in it. And then of course I know where this meat comes from. And I cut it up myself, and we get to pick the thickness, or if we want just like little chunks, or if we want big long pieces. So we really enjoy this, and I'm sure it will be gone in just a few days. So we'll see you next time.